I had an epiphany around my own understanding of my limiting beliefs that completely shifted and cleared and healed so many things for me, like literally in a snap, that I was like, how did I not get this before? Right. So I'm wanting to share this new kind of understanding in the way, sorry, my kitty cat's visiting, a new understanding of what that was for me, because again, it was like the thing that made me finally get it. And we all know about limiting beliefs. Like we hear that all the time, doing subconscious work, healing limiting beliefs, yada, yada, yada. But the thing with subconscious work and with limiting beliefs is sometimes we can't always get there. Like we can't always access it consciously because it is hidden, right? We can't just say, what are the limiting beliefs that are keeping me from more money, from a partner, from success in my business, from whatever it is that you're ultimately wanting more of in your life? And really and truly, and I know that like no one likes to hear this, but it really takes slowing down just enough to notice the stories that you keep playing in your own head. It's like, it's kind of like that background noise that is always there, and you've been operating under it. The story has been on repeat for so long that it's like it's right in front of you. It's so clear, yet it's so normal. It's just what you've always kind of lived with, that it makes it harder to see, if that makes any sense for you at all. And it's really truly like when you can slow down, when you can kind of take the pressure off of yourself a little bit. And this is where the surrender work and kind of like that, just like allowing life to lead you, steps in, because it's through the surrender and through the softening that we create the space needed for whatever information needs to come through, that we can see and say, oh my gosh, I get it now. I get it. So, in the limiting belief story that each of us carry, there are a couple things to really know and understand. And simply understanding this will make all the difference. The fact that this is kind of a twofold. It's like I want to share this story and this understanding about limiting beliefs, but simply believing or thinking that you even have a limiting belief can be the very thing limiting you. Okay, so you see there's like a push and pull here. But I know that so many people do carry this story like I did. So it is important to share this. However, at any given moment, you can simply have the shift. You can kind of like wake up. You can snap out of it and be like, there is no limit. It doesn't matter what the story is that I'm telling. That story doesn't matter. And I love this because you can look out into the world, right? You can see evidence of everything being true, right? I love to share the story because so many of us who are like manifesting more money or want to create more success in their business, something tied to money, have the story of, I need to work really hard to make money, right? But you can look out in the world and you can see people who are really grinding, really working themselves, multiple jobs, and they're not necessarily thriving, right? And you can see the reverse of that, where people seem to just effortlessly make money, right? So you can see the juxtaposition there. You can see that not one truth is in fact true. And it's really just the lens in which we're viewing our own life, our own circumstance, again, based on those beliefs that we have developed throughout our life. Something about love, right? I don't know, all the stories around love. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not da 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 da, all this crap, right? But again, you can look out into the world. I go out plenty and see plenty of people who, I am like, how did that person end up with that person? And again, these are my own projections and judgments that I'm putting out, but you just see that it's not true, right? Um, also, I know that some people have like a rich people are evil kind of story in their head. Even though they want to make more money, they believe that rich people are evil, right? Again, we all have these layered stories. I'm just showing some examples for you to like reflect on, and maybe something sparks a chord within you. But again, you look out into the world and you can see that there are many variations of that being true or not true. So again, nothing is finite, nothing is set in stone. There is not like an ultimate truth around how you get something or don't get something, or what you're deserving of or what you're not deserving of. Okay, so simply seeing that for yourself and dropping the story and knowing that, oh my gosh, I have been the one that has chosen this story, whatever your story is. And through choosing that story, I have chosen the trajectory of my life. I have chosen this path. I have chosen, again, all the things that are coming up into my experience. And again, it is your choice. And that's really hard for many people to hear, because it requires you to take responsibility for your own life. And that feels scary in and of itself for another myriad of layered reasons. But I find it to be completely freeing, because the only thing that you have to be responsible for ultimately is your thought, right? So as you're driving, as you're working away at your computer, as you're making dinner at night, simply starting to notice those little background thoughts that keep kind of playing on repeat. That is where the wisdom is, right? There's so much juice there. And the more you notice, the more you can simply kind of be like, nope, 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 right? It's like, do I want to keep believing that? No. And it's not even, I think, even again, I love healing work. I do this with clients, and I'm not discounting that, right? Because sometimes that is really what is needed and that is really effective. But I have also found for me that sometimes it's simply noticing the thought and being like, how dumb. That's literally just a thought that I have been choosing, and I no longer have to choose that. Right? And it really, really, truly gets to be that easy to just start to choose something different once you become aware of every thought that's kind of like coming into your brain, right? Like the self-created thoughts, the thoughts that have kind of built up over time, and again, that kind of becomes like the background noise, the thoughts that are created when you see an external factor, right? Like a trigger or something online or someone else doing something, having something, right? Like the thoughts that come up for you. The second you get really good at just saying, oh, of course, that was just a thought. I see now how I was choosing something that isn't aligned with what I actually want for myself. And you see how you've been choosing that other thing, and the thing that you want isn't coming, and you're like, oh, I get it now. I see how I was choosing the thought and the belief that wasn't allowing for that thing that I want to come into my reality. So that's kind of the first part of it, is really just, again, understanding the thought, saying yes, no. It's like when you're like online and you're swiping, right? Is this aligned with what I want? Is it not aligned with what I want, right? And it's just, and it's that, and I want to say it like that simply because it is. It's taking away the judgment. It's not getting lost in it or sucked into it or getting like caught up in the story of it. It's just like, oh, I created that. And this is, again, I don't want to make this video so long, but this is being a mom of two young kids who have such different personalities, and watching how they internalize their world and what's going on, and and growing up with a sibling and being a child of divorce and all of these things. It you see how easy it is, and how truly it is just a thought, how you're perceiving the world around you. The way that you perceive the world around you is very different than the way that I perceive the world around me and every other person watching this. And that's because we all are coming here not only with our own experiences, but we're coming here to this world, to this physical world, with certain things that we are here to grow through and experience and understand and learn from and expand, etc., etc. So we're not all meant to see it the same way, right? That's the beauty of all of this. But once you realize that, oh, now I see life for what it was, and now I get to decide, right? I get to choose. And that's really where the co-creation piece starts to happen. Okay, moving along. So, next thing with limiting beliefs is people go searching for like this one thing that they think is holding them back, right? And again, using money, right? Money, like it's really hard to make money, or if I make money, like I don't know, maybe something like bad or stressful is going to happen, or I don't know, again, just whatever your thing is, take some time, pause this video, do it after the video, come back to the video, take some time, really truly. Say you're going to do it for 90 seconds, 5 minutes. Write down what you want, and then write down every single thing that you believe about what you want, right? How you think you get what you want, what you think you need to do to have that thing, who do you think you need to be to have that thing. And then, go into that list and start to see like what are the stories that ring the loudest. Okay, so that's piece one. Piece two is really where the shift happened for me around limiting beliefs, because it's not actually just the one thing. And I'm not saying this to scare you like, oh, there's so much work to be done. It's actually the opposing belief, right? So it's actually that you have opposing beliefs, and it's in that opposition that feels the scariest, that feel that your subconscious is not allowing in out of safety, out of your own protection. But again, this has all just been built up over time from past experiences, based on your choices, based on your thoughts, based on your beliefs, based on what you're choosing to believe to be true. And again, you get to change it like that. Okay, so you've done kind of this first column of your what you want, what you think you need to do to get there, what your beliefs around that thing that you want are. Now, an easy way in to what that opposing belief is why you want that thing, and once you have it, what are you afraid of? Once you have it, what do you think may change in your life if you can't quite get to, sometimes we can't quite get to fear. Once you have that thing, what do you think your life will be like? Okay. And get really, really honest with yourself and allow yourself to, maybe at first you're really like on the surface level, right? Like if I get more money, I'm going to have more time. I'm going to get to do these things. I'm going to travel, blah, blah, blah. But then I want you to like drop down, because maybe you're going to get to, if I have more money, maybe I'm going to lose important people in my life. Maybe people will think I have changed. Maybe, right? Like let yourself keep going. And again, just being brutally honest, because you're going to get to the opposing views of your belief, of your desire, of what it is that you think that you want. And once you see that, it will shift everything. Okay, so for me, I'm just going to share that my desire was really growing my business and being able to, part of wanting to grow my business is to be able to be home and be with my kids and have more time with them. But the more I kind of dove into this, I realized that I didn't think that having a successful business would actually give me the time freedom that I wanted to be with my kids, right? So it's like the very thing that I wanted, I thought that the thing that I was doing to get that, more time with my kids wasn't actually going to work. And even more so, I thought it was going to take me away from my kids, right? Like I would be so busy that I wouldn't be able to be the present mom that I wanted to be. All right. So that is a huge epiphany that I had for myself. So you can see how, okay, I'm going to self sabotage and not do the things that I need to do to build the successful business because I actually think it will hurt the thing that I want most, which is time with my family and being that present mom for them. Okay. So here is the third and the final piece that is so important. And again, it is so easy. Seeing that, I realize it is just a belief that I created. It is not rooted in anything factual. Okay? There are plenty of successful moms that are present and have plenty of time for their children. There are plenty of successful moms who aren't. There are plenty of unsuccessful moms who are present and make time for their children. There are plenty of unsuccessful moms who don't, right? Like these are all stories and judgments. And I am the only one that gets to choose. And I get to choose both. Okay? That is the third piece. You get to choose the truth of both opposing desires, right? So you want to lose weight this year, right? But like this belief that it's going to be hard and like, oh, that's super overwhelming when you think of all the things you're going to need to do and you feel like you're going to need to deprive yourself of food and food is so, such a satisfying thing for you. Okay? That's a story you're creating. Okay? Choose both. Choose that you get to lose weight and enjoy food. Enjoy the comfort that food brings, right? It may be in a slightly different way, but it doesn't change the essence of what it is. So again, whatever that is for you, you get to choose both. Okay? Or you choose neither, right? Like depending on what your beliefs are. So take this time after this video and really like spend some time understanding this. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. I had this like huge epiphany around all of this when I was just so frustrated and just kind of was like, I just need to stop doing everything because I'm so frustrated right now with myself and the way that I'm showing up. And I just took that pressure off. And it was through the act of taking the pressure off that I was just driving home from the grocery store and like I had the space because I had let my mind let go of everything else. And I had the space for this understanding to come through and like simply in having the awareness and the understanding of that. Again, I was like, duh, I see it now, right? Like, how did I not get it, even though I've actually done work around this for myself, right? Like, how did I not get it? I didn't get it in this way. So again, I hope that hearing this in this way sparks something new for you. Let me know in the comments. I know that the YouTube algorithm is so tricky, so I want to share this message with as many people as possible. So if you could like and leave a comment if you felt that this was helpful, that would greatly help this channel reach the people who need it and who are going to be most served by it. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.